Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here with us on episode 2 of Between the Lines. This is the episode where we talk about the shit you're thinking and feeling, but not saying. You're welcome. I'm Chan.
And I'm Lori.
And before we started this episode, we were talking about how we just came off a cliff of this Pisces full moon. And I feel like we're still kind of in our feels and our energy, but like we're coming out slowly. And it's so perfect because we actually got a question from a viewer. Her name
Yeah.
is Stephanie. So shout out to Stephanie. I'm going to read her question and we're just going to go in. We're just going to share whatever we're thinking and feeling and we're going to speak on behalf of you. And please let us know in the comments section, whether on Spotify or YouTube, if you have any questions, any comments. We want to hear from you. So,
Yes, because you're probably feeling the same way as us today.
yeah. Okay. So, here's the question. So, she asked, how do you deal with society or other people's look or judgment when you start to surrender or give up? So, last episode, we talked about the effect of giving up, which is basically just surrendering, not actually giving up your goal, but just letting go. And then she says, because although we understand this, meaning us in this, the ones that are following a spiritual path on their awakening journey, most people don't. And if we had any tips or advice on how to be confident in these choices, and, even though the world seems to be against you. So,
Wow, that's a great question.
I know. It's such a good question and it's such a big question.
Yes.
So so where do we start, Lori?
Honestly, I'm going to go straight with it.
Do it.
I really feel like people, the being comfortable with the idea of how you live your life in society, it's mostly because, I'm just gonna say it's because other people need to label you so they feel comfortable. So because they need to know where in which box you fit. Okay, I'm gonna say it that way. Okay, people need to categorize you. People need you to put you in a box so they can be like, okay, she's doing this now, or she's like this, or she's at this stage of her life, so they can feel comfortable on their side. I don't know if you agree with this or not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like this question kind of goes and reaches that because, like, she asked how how do you deal with people not being comfortable with you ever changing, or you always being in a constant change, or not labeling yourself in a certain way, or just experimenting with life, because when you surrender, you just let life lead you. And then if one day you're doing this, and then the next month after you're doing something else, then so be it, you're comfortable with it. Like, for example, like if I go a bit more specific and I do the link with human design, like for example, if you have the 3-5 profile like me, you're an experimenter. So you constantly change. You're an ever evolving human being. You're a human being that changes constantly. And that is the only constant that we
Mhm.
have. So for me, for example, like I relate a lot to this question because I feel like I constantly have to put myself in a box or label myself because people are comfortable with that. But then the moment that I'm evolving, expanding, changing, people are like, but wait, weren't you that?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's a good question of asking ourselves, how do we deal with that in
Mhm.
society? Because it's not the norm. It's not people are not comfortable or accepting of it.
Mhm. And I feel like, other people's judgments of you or what you choose to do with your life, if they are judging you, if they have a perspective of you, if they have some kind of emotions, it's simply because you're triggering in them where they are not letting themselves be free.
Exactly.
So I feel like there's a couple sides to this, okay? Like when I share myself with the world, when I share what I'm doing or how I live my lifestyle, which is very different from the norm, and people have judgments or comments about that, what I see, and this is maybe a really good exercise for anyone listening to do, what people say about what you do, their opinion, is really them speaking to themselves. So when people are like, oh, Chan, like, I don't know, I'm just saying random stuff like, okay, things I've heard like, oh yeah, well, Chan doesn't work. or like Chan doesn't whatever, right? Well, that's I used to take that like, oh my God, I must be doing something wrong, or like maybe I shouldn't be doing this, or maybe I shouldn't share what I'm doing. But really, it's just like they're saying that to themselves. They're saying, oh, well, I could never leave my job or quit my job because of XYZ reason, that I, some story that I believe that I can't do it. So that's a strategy that really helps me. Or if people say, like you shouldn't do this, it's really risky, or like it's really stupid, or you're never going to be successful, they are speaking to themselves, because you're actually doing the thing that they deep inside would also like to do, and it's triggering them. And that's the thing. When you're evolving, expanding, you will trigger the true emotions in other people, but that has nothing to do with you.
Absolutely. And you're also speaking out loud what they're thinking in silence.
Yes, you are literally a reflection. So again, this comes back to the mirror effect, the reflection, right? So not only are you a reflection of them, you're reflecting to them where they are not free, they are also reflecting to you where you are not free. Because if they say something, some judgment, some comment, and it emotionally triggers you, that's your body signaling, I still believe this about myself. And that was true for me when I was, okay, I'm quitting my 9 to 5, I'm doing this entrepreneurship coaching thing full time, and I would hear comments. It's because I was feeling that. I was like, oh, maybe I won't be successful, maybe it is stupid, maybe I should keep my 9 to 5, maybe I should just do what everyone else is doing, so that way I don't have to deal with all this like energetic emotional turbulence inside. But the more that I felt my feelings about what people were saying, because it was how I was already feeling, I don't even hear those comments anymore, because it's a reflection. Your reality is a
Exactly.
reflection.
Exactly. I experienced the same thing. Like the moment the shift happens in you, the shift happens outside of you too. And you're like, because like every time you receive, if we take the concrete example, every time you hear something, two, three, four, five comments, and then you internalize them, and then it turns in your head. It turns in your head. It's this agony inside of you, and you're like, but what do I do with this? How do I justify? What do I say? And then all of these solutions, again, you're answering. You're in response again. You're externalizing it. You at the end of the day, you don't have to say anything. It's you'll just have to feel those feelings inside of you that are turning in your head, the guilt, the shame, the sadness, the frustration. Oh, I just want to punch these people in the wall. Why won't they just leave me alone? Like, get away, like that feeling in your head. Well, that is you frustrated. That is you, your system is talking to you, right? So just turn the mirror, look at yourself, feel those feelings, and you're going to realize all of those voices, comments, judgments are just going to disappear, like you said. But it
Mm-hmm.
was an invitation for you to feel it. But if you dismiss the invitation,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to keep bothering you and it's going to keep pushing you. So, yes, it's
Yes.
absolutely an invitation.
That's really good. That's a good point, because the louder the external reality is it's a direct reflection on how much you're ignoring your own feelings. So if on the
Exactly.
outside you're getting a lot of like whatever, comments, judgments, whatever, and it's affecting you. See, this is the difference. Is it emotionally affecting you? Because if it doesn't emotionally affect you, then you're good. That's basically like just a bunch of random people that are just doing whatever they're doing. But if
Yes,
it
because you
triggers you,
notice it, right? You notice it
yes,
when someone says something and you just brush it off and it doesn't even affect you for 2 seconds. Why?
that means,
Because you
yeah.
have felt your feelings about those things and it doesn't matter for you anymore.
Yes, you have felt your feelings. That is the key here. You
Yes.
must feel your feelings. If you're avoiding feeling your feelings about anything, about your own judgments of yourself or other people's judgments of you, you will stay stuck there until you decide to feel your feelings. And your third dimensional reality will get louder and louder and louder and louder. So the best place to look when you're trying to whatever expand, manifest, whatever you want to call it, is your physical dimension, meaning your physical body. Do you have physical symptoms? Okay, if you're feeling sick, or not just like, for 2, 3 days, like something that's been
Chronic.
ongoing, chronic,
Yes.
exactly. Your
Yes.
relationships, are there patterns there? Your work, your money, anything in the physical that you do not like is a sign that there is an imbalance. There is a dis-ease, a lack of ease, a lack of flow.
And all of them are correlated together. All
Yes.
all of them.
They're all correlated because I will say this, I have to say this, because your reality is a projection. Okay. And this is backed by quantum physics science. Okay. Do your research on this, but it literally is proven that our third dimensional reality is not even solid. It's not. So that's your own research time. You can do that. But you, your consciousness is the one projecting out what is living inside of your body. What are the energies in your body? That's what you're projecting out. So if it's love and joy and acceptance and connection, you will experience that on the outside. If it's fear, lack, scarcity, judgment, whatever, you're going to experience that on the outside.
Absolutely. And you feel it in other people too. Like if you just want to do the test, it's just like just be aware when you walk into a room and that person, for example, in front of you is radiating like an energy of maybe they're sad or like, like a low vibrational energy, and and you feel it, and you ask that person, you're like, hey, how are you doing today? And that person goes, very well, thank you. And you're like, no,
Mm.
you're not okay, and you feel it, but no one said
Yes.
it. No one actually said it. So why are we both feeling it?
Right?
It's the same energy. It's like you're radiating that energy outside of you. So we all
Yes.
know this. It's the unspoken language. It's the in
Hmm.
between the lines.
That's what we're doing, guys. We're
So
reading between the lines.
yeah. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk
Let's talk
about
about
it.
it. Like we're
Let's
all feeling
talk
it.
about
We're
it.
all living it. So why are we not talking about it?
You know what? Even a step further than that is something that I experienced this summer with one of my friends. Okay. So, you know how you said when you're in front of the person and you say, "How are you?" And they're like, "I'm good," but they're not. Okay. We were miles apart because I was on the west coast of Canada this summer, and I could feel this thick energy when I would
Yes.
think of her. Like
Yeah.
this, I don't even know what to call it. It just felt thick. It felt like I can't unsee this. I can't unfeel this. What the fuck is
Yeah.
this? But we both didn't say anything. We were just like, okay, randomly texting each other, but like, and there was something off. And then, of course, we talked about this after, but of course, we were both like, I was gaslighting my own thoughts. I was like, no, 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 I'm making this up. Like, whatever, I'm making it up. But then you brush it off, but then you still feel the feeling, and you're like, okay, comes down to it, when we finally spoke about it, we were both feeling this distance and like this disconnection, and we just had to talk about it. So even if you're miles away and you feel something, it's the truth. And that's something that I think most people don't see. They see their emotions as a burden or like a problem or whatever, but it's feedback,
It
it's
is.
information, and it's truth, actually. Well, I would say it's truth, but it depends on, again, I think there's a polarity to each thing. Like, I think there are emotions that are truthful in the sense that when you sense something with someone else, or
Mhm.
something is making you feel something inside, that's true. But when you tell yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, I'm a piece of shit, I whatever, those emotions are not true. It's just, these
Because
are lies
because
you've told
yeah,
yourself.
because shame does not belong in your system.
Yeah.
Shame is a completely outside emotion that comes into you. Because like if you think about it, if we do the distinction between, for example, guilt and shame, okay? Guilt is I did something wrong, okay? For example, shame it's I am wrong. I am this. When we say I am, I am wrong, I am horrible, I am whatever. This does not belong to your system. Your system cannot generate this. It comes from the outside. It's dark energy, if you want to call it.
Mm.
So it's important to distinguish the difference between guilt and shame,
Mm.
because guilt can come from your system, because guilt
Hmm.
at the end
Guilt
of the
is
day,
self-imposed, isn't it?
it is self-imposed, and at the end of the day, if you think about it, you extract everything around it, guilt is serving you.
Hmm.
Guilt is making you feel guilty about certain stuff because maybe you outgrew something and you keep doing it, so you
Mm.
feel guilty about it so you can actually take action,
Mm.
right?
That's a good point.
Yeah. But shame, and no matter what form you put it into, shame does not belong in your system. Shame serves no purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because I always thought that I didn't feel any shame. Like I'm like, oh, shame? No, that's just not something I feel. But now that you said I am whatever, also with this full moon, what's been coming up a lot is like I am wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I am whatever.
I'm a
Um,
horrible person, you know? It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm a bad person or
yeah,
whatever, right? Those stories,
yeah,
but I know those are not true. I know that that is some kind of conditioning that came from my childhood. So, in
exactly.
one sense, I think emotions have truth to them, but on the other hand, they don't. And that is just the paradox and the polarity of living on planet Earth, because one of the laws that governs this universe, which there are 12, I believe, one of them is the law of polarity. So, on one end, you're going to have this, on the other hand, you're going to have this, but it's part of the whole. So, again, it comes down to your own discernment, your own intuition to know when is this truth and when is it something I need to release from my
Yes,
system.
exactly. And on this also, I feel like when we're talking about feeling your feelings and all of this, I think there's an important aspect here to address, because a lot of people don't even know, like it's really hard sometimes to even acknowledge or recognize a feeling that is present in our bodies, because a feeling can be like bothering you on a daily basis, it can be coming up a lot, but you, when you sit down with yourself, you're like, I don't even know which feeling this is.
Mm.
So a good thing that helps with this is, it's like a trick that I'm giving you. Is that one thing that helps a lot is going and kind of mapping up your different parts in your body, like your parts, aka your feelings. Okay, knowing a bit, like, okay, so when I sit with down myself, where do I feel this feeling? Okay, or where is this sensation? If even if you don't know which feeling it is, where is this sensation coming from? And then when you, because basically it's like when we talk about your intuition, is you need to be connected to your intuition, you need to be connected to your body. But if you're not connected to your body, if you're not connected to your intuition, because sometimes people tell me, but Lori, like, I don't even hear that voice, I can't even hear my body talk to me. But this is only because you're in resistance,
Yeah,
right?
because you're living in your head.
Yeah.
You need to
You're
drop
so
it.
in your head, so you need to drop in your body. So one way of very easily doing this is, forget the sitting meditating for to 20 minutes, forget all of this. Just use your breath to drop down into your body.
Hmm.
As
Yeah,
simple as that.
I think it's the
Sit.
simplest things
Yeah,
that are the most complicated for people. It's like, no,
exactly.
it can't be that simple. I can't just sit and breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
you
tell me,
need to
but
sit
Lori,
yourself down and
like I
breathe.
can't meditate, I can't do this, I can't journal, I can't do that. I'm like, why are you going 10 steps ahead when you haven't even like tried the first step,
Yeah, the
you know?
first step. Yeah, which is
So
breathe.
just breathe. Like you're it's a natural medicine that you have
Mhm.
integrated into your body. You're born with it. And there's a reason why breath heals that much, you know?
Yeah.
So just sit and breathe and connect the first place that you feel in your body where your breath is going. If
Hmm.
you feel it in your chest, connect with your chest. If you feel it in your stomach, connect with your stomach. If it's in your diaphragm, whatever, wherever it is in your body, go in at the first access point and breathe in there. Just breathe in there.
Hmm.
Connect with your body. Get used to feeling and hearing your breath. So many of us don't even breathe during our day. And breathe, when I mean, like, you feel like you're passing through your day as if you're holding your breath the entire time, and you know what I mean. You
Yeah, and
know?
I notice that I do that too sometimes.
Yes.
And you're
Sometimes
like,
I get
whoa,
at
why am I
night,
holding my
I get
breath?
home at night, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I feel like I haven't
Yeah.
taken a deep breath the
Mhm.
entire day. So
You know,
start
yeah,
there.
yeah. Start with the breath. And then once you have done that, to like, okay, you're in your body now. One thing that has really helped me tremendously to feel my feelings, because that is what that's what I preach to the world. Feel your feelings, okay? How do you do that? Nobody knows how to do that because they're trying to mentally understand how to feel your feelings, but your
Rationalize.
feelings, yes, it's in your body. You cannot intellectualize your feelings. So don't even try. Honestly, you want to get out of your head. So what I would suggest is don't label your feelings. You can if you want to, but this is what I do. And I learned this from Kyle Cease, which I love listening to him. You can
Yes.
go to his YouTube. Um, yeah. So he says this. Okay, let's take yesterday, or not yet, whatever. This weekend when I was like in my feels for the Pisces full moon, and I was feeling that I was doing everything wrong and that I'm wrong and whatever. I literally just say, okay, I did my breathing and I said, you're allowed to feel wrong in my body. You're allowed to feel like you're doing everything wrong in my body. Because what Kyle says is, you, the capital U, the infinite spiritual being, is not the one that is feeling wrong, shameful, guilty, bad, mean, whatever. It is the character that you have built to survive in this third dimensional world, the ego's world. So when you
Yes.
say, you're allowed to feel angry in my body, you're allowed to feel sad in my body, there's this weird healing that goes on because you are conscious that it's not me, it's just the part, like you said, it's the
Because
part, it's the character.
that part is finally feeling seen, Chan.
Yes, and that's
It's
all
as
you
if
need.
exactly.
Okay, if you haven't been listening this whole time, now listen, okay? The whole point of feeling your feelings is so that they can move the fuck on, okay? They're not designed to be trapped in your body. Energy is supposed to move, right?
Yes.
So
And
seeing and acknowledging them allows them to leave.
exactly. Like I want to take a moment of silence here because
Hmm.
this is it.
Seriously, write it down or something.
Okay? It's as if your part, whatever the part, the feeling that is manifesting in your system, like for example, if it's sadness, okay? It's as if the entire group is with signs in your system trying to get your attention, okay?
Protesting.
They're protesting. Listen to us. Hear us. Stop ignoring us. So they're all like
Yes.
this, trying to get your attention in your system. And you, what you're doing, you're drinking it away, smoking it away, watching Netflix, sing it away. Whatever you're doing, just to not hear them. So what are they gonna do? Manifest even stronger, scream even
Yes.
louder. They're gonna approach even more into your system, so you can finally hear them.
Yes, because they just want to be seen and acknowledged.
Yes. So the moment that you see them, the moment you turn around and you were like, "Oh, hey you, what are you doing here?" And you actually start a conversation with them, like, "Oh, why are you guys manifesting for? Why are you here? Why are you here right now? What is happening in my life right now that you're feeling this way?" And then they do their blah 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 blah. They talk, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, she heard us. Okay, guys, wrap it up. We can leave now."
Yes,
And
exactly.
it's
Mm.
literally this fast.
Oh my god, it is this fast. And that's again coming down to the concept of the projection field, right? What energies are alive in your body? If you're feeling
Yes.
angry all the time but you're not feeling it, you're not seeing it, you're probably going to manifest a lot of experiences in your life to feel angry, to release that anger. If you just
Yes.
realize, okay, all I have to do once a day for 5 minutes, sit down and be present
Breathe
with
and
my
access.
feelings, breathe, be present, and see what comes up.
Yeah.
Or then you'll get even better and you'll do it as you're living your life. You'll just be like, oh my God, that thing I saw is making me feel something. Okay, you're allowed to feel whatever in my body. Feel it and it's going to go away.
And there's really, for anyone who's terrified right now of doing this, is there's really no feeling that you cannot breathe through.
Hmm.
Okay? You can breathe through anything. And yes, I mean even the big things. Okay? It's your strongest weapon. Breathe into it. It hurts. Oh my God. Ouch. I can't. Oof. Oh my God. Mm, mm. Breathe. Breathe into it. breathe. It's like when you're running or doing an intense workout and you feel like you're gonna die and you just keep breathing and you make it out, you know? It's the
Mhm.
same thing. And I wanna come back a bit on what you said earlier with the between having like it's as if yourself is not there, like your big you, like you know
Mhm.
the like that big you, that big self
Which you can
is
call your soul, your higher
your
self,
soul, whatever you want to
whatever.
call it, your higher self. That self with capital S, okay, is impossible. It can't be in judgment. It can't be feeling those negative feelings. That is not you. That is, I like to call it the manager that is sitting in your throne. Okay.
Mm.
It's the manager that has learned that you yourself has not been, for example, maybe competent enough or skilled enough in life to be able to do whatever your system was asking from you. So this manager came along and said, okay, you go to the side and I will take the lead. I'm taking the lead. So basically, what happens is that manager comes in every single time by reflex because you have probably over and over again have proven to your system that you're not capable of doing it because people pleasing, abandoning your needs, not respecting yourself. We all know all of this, right? So when all of this comes in hand in your adult system, because you're not the same person that you were at 10 years old, for example. So when you're, for example, 28 and these emotions are coming up and these patterns are coming up and these triggers, who is going to react? It's not going to be yourself, it's going to be your manager because it is automatic in your system that your manager is going to come and deal with these feelings because you weren't capable, quote unquote, to do it when you were younger. So one thing here is also what you need to do is also to be able to get in contact with your manager, the person that is sitting on the throne, is also going and learning what those parts are doing in your system. Okay. So when you get in contact with those parts, aka the feelings, when you're in contact with your feeling and you're breathing into it, ask, how long have you been present in my system? What is your role here? Because a lot of them you feel that they're doing harm to you, that they're coming at you like there's no tomorrow, but at the end of the day their role was to protect you at the
Mhm.
best of their
Yeah.
ability at that time.
Yeah.
So we have so many parts that protect us, that they do their job because that's what they have learned to do, but we spend our entire living hating them, pushing them aside, bashing them, being like, I don't want you to be in my system, even though that entire time they were serving us. So
Mhm.
it's you really do not have any bad parts. Every
No.
single part in you is working for you. So
Mhm.
get to know it, you
Yeah.
know?
And when you start to feel like the a part or multiple parts are starting to bother you because you're aware of them, it's because they're ready to leave. Because your awareness is you raising your consciousness, right? So the more you raise your consciousness, the less that these parts can be alive in your system. So they're protecting you, right? Like Lori said, like the anger, the sadness, the people pleasing, the self abandonment parts, all of those are protecting you. Okay, protecting the character, let's be real. And when you start to raise your consciousness, well, these parts are like, oh, okay, well, this is not really going to work anymore. Like that strategy I've been doing all my life or that coping mechanism doesn't really work anymore. So
AKA
it's,
they can't keep doing the job they've been doing in your system because
yes.
they're finally ready to shift.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And to be able to let them, a lot of the times we're hanging on to those parts.
Yes.
Like, and then we're wondering, why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel blocked? Why do I feel judged? Why am I comparing myself? Why blah 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 blah? It's because you are still attached to those parts. And if you just feel your feelings and you have awareness and acknowledgement of them, they can leave. Okay, they've done their job, and now you're raising your consciousness. You have more awareness, and with more awareness, well, that's basically the first step to expanding, transforming your life. Everything, all you need to start with is awareness.
Yes. Awareness, and then I would really say accepting exactly where you are.
Oh my god. I don't
Moment of
think people
silence.
I don't think people heard what you just said. Acceptance is the most important thing ever. If you want to stop manifesting creating the unwanted, annoying, problematic thing, you have to accept the fact that you created it.
Yes. Like,
Like,
stop exactly where you are and be like, okay, I'm done running. I'm done running behind my shadow. I'm done running away from accepting where I am right now. So I need to change. I need to do this. I need to pursue this. I need to, like, every external thing you're chasing. Just stop for a second and be like, I acknowledge and I accept that I am here in my life right now.
you know,
So you can start actually walking the journey after. Because if you don't accept, this is the thing that always comes up, okay? It's people are constantly running, okay? And then they're like, oh, I need to change this, and I need to change this, and I need to change this, and I need to go do this. But like, you're in movement, you're in motion. How can you change something when you're already in motion?
mm,
So stop, look down, acknowledge where you are in your journey, accept it. This is where I'm at. Okay, I'm 35-year-old and I'm single. Okay, you know, I'm 29, I'm changing careers. I'm 45 and I'm changing a partner. Whatever it is, the sooner you accept your reality, the sooner you will leave that misery and agony that you keep reliving and escaping from, and you will finally start walking a path from there.
and your reality will change.
Absolutely, because your system will be like, "Oh, okay, she realized it. We're
Yeah.
here now. Can we stop living in
Yes.
in battle?"
Everything that you're experiencing is there to show you something. So
That
if you
you're
look at it
yeah,
that way, okay, this what is this showing me? You take 5 seconds, you accept your reality. Okay, cool. Now we can move on because this coming back to the projection field again, your emotions are the energy that is powering the projection, the reality. Your feelings create your reality. Okay, if you want
exactly.
to take the woo woo manifestation stuff, they say, okay, feel the feeling now, and then you'll manifest it. Okay, it's basically the same. Basically, part of that is just when you your feelings, whatever you're feeling now, is what's creating what you're experiencing. So that's why they say if you want to hack the system, feel what you want to feel, and then it'll change. But that's flawed because if you don't feel all the gunky stuff inside, you're never going to be able to change the reality because there's no space. And okay, this is going
Exactly.
to sound really funny, but okay, so every single day, every single person goes to the bathroom, right? Okay, we go to the bathroom. When you're constipated and you can't go to the bathroom, all you want to do is go to the bathroom. Why? Because you want to release what's stuck in there. You want to get rid of it. It feels uncomfortable. But every single day, you are clogging emotions and energy in your body. And you don't want to cry. You don't want to scream. You don't want to help yourself to release it. Then you're emotionally, energetically constipated. And that's exactly why your reality is stuck.
Yes.
It's the same thing. I used a
And
really
then you're
stupid
like,
analogy,
"Oh,
but
I'm not making any money. I'm not happy in my relationship. I'm not good with myself. I'm not good at like all of this are related." Like, I feel like this is what people do not understand.
that they need to understand.
That they need to understand everything is connected. Like, one person says, "Oh, but like, okay, I'm like, like, I need to make more money. I need to. My business is not working well." Oh, but then you ask them, "Okay, but how is your personal life?" And they're like, "Oh no, like I'm super frustrated. I'm not good in my relationships. I'm not comfortable with myself." And then you're like, "Okay, how's your relationship with your parents?" And they're the same thing. And it's like, okay, à un moment donné, like, you understand that it's like everything is related,
Everything.
because
Mm.
a feeling does not know the difference between your business, your personal life, your family life, your anything, relationships.
Your
A
health.
feeling does not know the difference. So if you're feeling frustrated in one area of your life, that frustration is going to affect all of the spheres of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And to come back to what you were saying, Chan, the emotion is the first step. We often think in society that the physical physical symptom is the start, but the physical symptom is
Is the
the
effect, right?
exactly, it's the answer of the equation.
Yes.
Okay, A plus B equals C. C is the physical symptom.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been ignoring your frustration, your emotions, whatever it is, that was the first signal in your system, and you ignored it. Then came another emotion, you ignored it again. And since you've been ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it, they've been manifesting in your system, and you were like, no, 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 I can't listen to you right now. I can't see you right now. Your back pain starts.
Mm-hmm.
You get sick, chronically sick, until you actually have to pull the brakes and stop.
Yeah,
So
because
you
yeah,
either choose when to stop and listen, or life is going to choose for you. Those are the only two options.
yeah, and the common denominator in all of this is you.
Yes.
Okay, you don't want to admit that to yourself, but if you actually just admitted to yourself that you are the cause, you can actually heal the effects that you're creating. If you continue to deny, oh, it's not me, it's because my grandma has this, so it got passed down to me, and oh, it's because of my coworkers that I'm depressed at work or nobody listens to me. Because no, you are the cause. And I don't say that in a mean way, but this is the only way you can free yourself, is if you realize you are the one that was choosing this over and over and over and over. And that's when the awareness piece comes in, to have awareness that if you, it's going to feel really, really shitty in your body to be like, okay, I'm the
Because you're
one.
going to accept. You're going
Yeah,
to accept that you are
finally.
causing this misery to yourself,
Yeah.
because you're keeping yourself in a hell loop. Okay. Like, it's as if you're reliving and reliving and reliving that the same guilt and whatever you had felt over and over again, and then you blame it on other people.
Yep.
So we need to pause on the sentence that you said. You are the cause of whatever you're experiencing. And I
Mm-hmm.
know it's hard to hear it, but the moment again that you accept it and you stop playing the victim in your story, that's the moment that things start to shift.
Mm-hmm.
And here I want to make the distinction. It's not the fact that you shouldn't feel sad for whatever happened, or you shouldn't feel like you can feel
You should
sad. You
feel
you
it.
like you should feel the sadness, but then be like, okay, but I am the main character in my story and I can do something about this.
Yeah.
It's the time when you don't do something about it that makes you the victim, and that's when
Mm-hmm.
it becomes problematic.
Well, it's when
Because
you're giving your power away, right? Like you
exactly,
saying, oh, I'm sad
exactly.
because of this person or this situation. Okay, well, you want to change your reality and create money and success and happiness and love. Well, you
So it's
can't do that if the guy is the one that's affecting your reality or creating it, or your job is.
exactly,
You
you
have
have
to
given
take
your
it
power.
back.
Yes, you have to go and get your power back.
The only way you can take your power back is if you admit to yourself that you are the one that created all the good stuff and all the bad stuff, even though there's no good or bad. And really, I feel like, coming back to the main question we had, are there any
Mm,
tips or how to move through the judgment? Two things: awareness and
accept.
acceptance. Because acceptance, when you actually accept what's happening, you will feel it. You will feel the emotions that you need to feel and release them.
Absolutely. And last thing, when you say I can't do that, because this is what I hear after all of this. Like, sometimes I have conversations with people like this with clients, and they say at the end, "But I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't." No, no, no. And it's not that you can't. Okay, it's you won't. And this shift in your vocabulary is very important.
Mhm.
because it comes down to exactly what you said. You cause this, okay? You cause your reality because it's a mirror, right? Like we said earlier, it's a projection. So if you can't, if you say, I can't take action, I can't say this, I can't feel this, it's not that you can't. It's there's somewhere in your system that is not allowing you to do it. It's I won't let myself feel this feeling because fill in the blanks. I
Yes.
won't do this because I'm scared of this, fill in the blank. I'm scared of what people are going to think of me if I come back to the question. I'm scared that people are going to judge me for this. So it's not that you can't, it's I won't. So every
Yeah.
single time that you feel this, change the vocabulary in your head. Stop for a moment and be like, no, it's not that I can't, it's I won't. Why am I not doing this?
Yeah, because there's an emotion that you don't want to feel.
So hence
Like,
why everything comes
comes
back to
down to
feeling your
feelings.
feelings.
Yeah, because when Lori and I started to put ourselves out there on social media, there was a lot of stuff for both of us in our own ways that would
Yeah.
come up, like all these, like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, we could have a lot of the time said, no, I can't do this, but it's not because we can't, it's because we won't. But why won't we? Because there's something I don't want to feel, because recording that video, posting that post, saying that thing is going to make me feel something. So if I just feel the thing, then, and I actually get over it because I feel the whole thing, not like 5% of it, like 100% of it. It could take a day, it could take a week, it could take a month. It doesn't matter how long it takes. And then when I finally put it out there because I felt my feelings, it's fine.
You move to it. You flow to it. Wow. Mic drop.
Yeah, and we could say so much more, but
I think
I think
this
it's time to wrap it up.
this needs to sink.
Yeah, listen
So
to this, like, yeah,
we can add another layer next time. But
yeah,
this needs to be the sink, and also apply it. You know, ask your questions to us. Like if this resonates, if you feel like you need guidance for this, like this is why we're doing this. It's because knowing it and applying it are two complete different things. And once you start
absolutely.
applying it, you're going to see the difference. And we're
Hmm.
rooting for you, friends. This is our
Yes,
mission. We're rooting for you.
yes. That's why we're sharing this.
Yes. Burns
Because
our soul.
we're tired of hearing people say, like, oh, this and that, and just literally letting your emotions dictate
Your
what, like,
life. Your
when you
life.
can, yeah,
Truly.
letting it dictate your life when you can realize that you're the creator, and if you have awareness of your feelings, you can create anything.
You are your own reality dictator. Do it. Create that reality you're always living in your head, because we know you see it in your head. We all know this. We live it, Chan lives it, everybody does. Okay? So you have a reality in your head. That is your reality. The rest is a projection. So start living in that reality, guys. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got this. We're rooting for you. Go, besties,
Yay.
go. All right, everyone. We're going to wrap this up here. We are sending you so much love and light today. If you want to watch us continue doing this, please go subscribe to our Spotify channel and our YouTube channel. If you enjoy this, leave a comment, ask questions like Stephanie did. Leave your feedback because we want to live this with you. Okay? So YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, we have both of our profiles linked at the bottom of this. We love you. Mwah. Chan, you want to take it away?
See you in another episode.
Feel your feelings, friends.
Shut the fuck up and feel your feelings.
Let's go.
Period.
Period. See you next time.